Hi guys, Bitcoin is potentially putting in a top right now. I will show you why I believe that the $79,000 level might have been the short-term top here for Bitcoin and where we are heading now to the downside and how we can position ourselves correctly for the move back to above $79,000 and potentially to $84,000. Don't miss out on that and let's go. Hey guys, welcome back. I will go directly into the charts here. So here the DXY keeps falling down, which is not a big surprise to us that we are seeing this here happening. We are getting closer and closer here to the 98 point level. Remember what I said? I said the last time, I think 2 days ago, I said if we ever get here closer into that region that we're currently at, expect Bitcoin to be around $67,000 to like $70,000, maybe a little bit higher than that. So we are way, way higher than that. But I was not wrong about this, So now when we break here below 98 points, I think on the move back up for Bitcoin. So now, if I'm right about this, that we put in our short-term top and we come a little bit down, the next time when the DXY moves down here and Bitcoin has done its corrective move, and we do something like this here, I expect that Bitcoin will be back at like $72,000, $75,000 somewhere in this range. So let me see here. What is this? So let me just look at this here. Okay, so let me go here into what I'm seeing right now for Bitcoin. So here on Velo, you can clearly see Bitcoin moved here massively up over the last 3 days, while the open interest also increased dramatically at the same time. So, but here in the beginning of it, it was basically shorts piling in, and then the interest of them got flushed, while then longs piled in and pushed here us to the upside. So here, to get another leverage flush now to the downside after we flushed all the liquidity that was sitting above us is absolutely normal, and I'm going to show you this here also in a moment. I just want to see if I can pull up something here. 1 second. So let me do this here quickly. Let me go this. Okay, so when we're looking here at Bitcoin, remember I have shown you this chart here before where I said, hey, if we come and break this downward sloping trend line, then Bitcoin will be out of the bear market. So there's no denying that we massively broke this trend line right now, and I'm not expecting Bitcoin to roll over and basically do this here in the next weekly candle that we're going to start on Monday. It's highly unlikely that we're going to see here by next week again basically $69,000 even after such a powerful move here. So but rather to stay above that level and start consolidating here before we're going to get here the next push into $89,000. That is the next major level here on the weekly chart. So something else that I just saw today that I want to show you here, I just need to look here on the charts. Okay, it's not that one, it's the next one. So I'm gonna put it aside. I'm gonna show you this in a moment. So here on this daily chart, we broke out of that falling wedge pattern that I had mentioned. So in here, you will see that we are also now above the 200 moving average in yellow, which is currently around $69,000. So now you need to understand that with such a powerful move that we have seen here, that mostly we were gonna now turn around here like this, and the 200 will be then slightly above $70,000 in the upcoming days. So that shows you already there's the next major level of support on like a daily and a weekly time frame is coming in around $70,000. Then when we're going here to the inward side and shoulders pattern, so the target was hit yesterday, today with today's candle, basically when we started the day. turned here all these levels on the way up that were resistance now into potentially support. They were not tested yet, so they are untested support levels. But these are major levels that I'm looking at where I want to place my limit orders now for the next long trade that I'm gonna do. Because we have here hit this major resistance zone here. That was basically the last line where I thought like, okay, if it's not rejecting from there, then I don't know what the market is doing anymore. You know, we are just pushing, and there's no end in sight of that. You know, so but then that major level here of resistance was now, for the most part, in my opinion, the break in the market, where the market said like, okay, until here and not further. So now when it comes to pullback, like I just mentioned, so we can actually pull here a Fibonacci retracement level for that. So based on Fibonacci retracement level, the first major level that we should pull back to is basically where we started out today's daily candle, $73,044. And then worst case scenario would be golden ratio, the 0.618, $69,100. Again, I have a hard time now believing that we are retracing 11% just to prove a point, you know, that we have to go to the golden ratio. You know, like pumping 21% or 22, no, I think it's more now than 21. When I checked earlier, it was 21. Now it's like 27%. 27% in 48 hours, guys. So believing that there is no pullback is absolutely delusional. And also believing that now the pullback will be only like 3-4%, you know, so that's absolutely delusional in my opinion. So when you get such a move like that, you have on the move itself a 30% pullback usually, 30 to 40% on the move itself. So now we know the move was 27%, so 30% of that would be like 8%. So if I go here 8%, look where it's lining up. It's lining up at that golden, on that Fibonacci level. So that is the most plausible target that we have here short term, where Bitcoin might be first pulling back to before it starts consolidating and then potentially finding the momentum to turn around and go back to the upside. So if we go now to 40%, 40% would be like 10% of the current price level. So and that would get us here. 10% would be like back to $71,000. 11% would be here $70,600. Do I believe that we could hit here $71,000 on that pullback? Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable number. And that shows you that somewhere here between 73, basically here, this support area, this is the support area where I'm gonna place major limit orders for that bounce back into higher levels. And you should do the same. So that does not mean that I'm not starting already to dollar cost average into position all the way up here, but the majority of my orders is gonna sit all the way down there. So let me have a quick look at what is going on here. There's something's going, oh, okay, I don't know what that was. So let's continue here. Then also here on this daily chart, the golden cross on the 100 is now happening over the weekend already. So that was supposed to be happening next week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, but with such a powerful move, we are basically doing it already over the weekend. So remember, the purple line is the 100 coming down here, the 50 in blue. And as you can see, we are really close now to getting here this golden cross. And it tells us here, basically Sunday, Monday, that we are putting this in. And also here our golden cross with the 50 and the 200 will come much sooner than expected in the next, 2 weeks. You know, in the next 2 weeks is where I'm seeing this to be happening. And here again, look at this here. You know, you can go back, I think like 2 months, at least 2 months you can go back, that I had these white lines up here. I have not moved them at all. And this is exactly where Bitcoin stopped and is rolling over from. So I just wished, because I have a short running, that I would have anticipated this and would have just placed limit orders up there and would have not been trigger happy to short from different levels than I actually did. So not on the challenge account, on my other account, I went way too early into that short and had now $2 cost average my entry down. So which is fine. You know, I think my short will still do well for that pullback, but yeah, so I definitely jumped the gun there a little bit. So here this zone will act as support on the way down, but yeah, I think we're gonna wick through this and then go back up. Now let's look at the 4-hourly chart. So also here you have a major Fibonacci level, the 0.786, $77,158. So I'm anticipating that potentially we're going to close this 4-hourly candle below that Fibonacci level. If not, then the next 4-hourly candle will pull below this. And here the golden ratios that we have here will act as a magnet for price to come down here to at least $73,000 that I just mentioned also on the higher time frame. So you see there's like a lot of things aligning right now why we should come down there eventually. So even if Bitcoin would turn around here one more time and scratch a little bit more on $80,000, I still believe that we're gonna see here now somewhat of like a rounding top and then come back down here into that golden pocket. Like I said, maybe even a little bit lower. And then you're gonna see here that reversal with that bounce back to the upside. So here on weeks, I have not traded anything on weeks, to be honest. My account is still sitting here at like $183,000. Honestly, I could have made here a little bit money and would sit now on $200,000 on this account, but I was really, really busy with all the other things that I'm doing with the challenge account and with other stuff. So I left it here for the moment because here is where I want to open my really, really big trades here once we see that retracement happening. So on the 1-hourly chart, that is something that I mentioned now earlier in the challenge channel. So I want to show this to you guys. I just need to pull this up. Let me see. Challenge. Where do I have this? No, not here. I should have it here. Oh wait, there. No, so I have to do this on the other account to show this to you. Okay, so there we go. So just before the stream, so let me pull this over here. So just before the stream, you see I have informed everyone here since this morning at, what was this here? Since my 10 a.m. basically. So here, constantly updates for everyone. What I'm doing, you know, what I think is gonna happen, and so on and so on. And that also helped me to make the decision to come out here on a live stream. You know, guys, usually I don't do that much live streams anymore because the views just suck, you know. So there's like no incentive really for me besides giving you basically live data that I see. But if nobody's seeing it, why should I do it? You know, so it's like a waste of time compared to like a normal video, you know. So that's why I rather do normal videos right now than live streams. But of course, if I see the numbers here go up again, I might change my mind, you know, and will come more often. So, and what definitely helps, guys, is if you go now and smash up the like button. You know, if more people see this stream here based off the like button, then more people will come and watch. And that will, of course, help me a lot here in the meantime. So now, when we're looking back now on the 1-hourly chart, why did I make the live stream? So I made the live stream because I was all the time looking for something that happens every single time in a bull market after such a big move that we are seeing here right now. And this is a bearish divergence. When you see a bearish divergence, that's the moment where you should at least start taking a little bit profit on your short-term trades and potentially open short trades into the support levels that you're looking at. So as you can see here, price was creating higher highs and is still creating higher highs, but the RSI is creating lower highs. So we got here clearly rejected from this downward sloping trend line on the RSI as resistance. And that is telling us here on the 1-hourly chart now, that move is potentially in the short term over. So which is not a bad thing. You know, we need We need small pullbacks to build momentum so that we have enough fuel to push further to the upside. So, and that's why pullbacks are actually always good to give you the possibility to get into the market if you were sidelined, or to add to your positions and make your trade even bigger. So here on this 1 hourly chart, I forgot what was going on here. So, but let's go over here. Here on this 1 hourly chart, for example, also here we have a rising wedge where we are currently still trading outside of it. But I'm sure if I put the Bollinger Bands on here, we are also outside the Bollinger Bands. So let me see here, Bollinger Bands. Maybe that was the... Oh, wow. What is that? That is not what I wanted. Leave. Oh, no, there. Give him the chart back. So, Bollinger Bands. Oh, okay. So this is the wrong ones. Let's see here, Bollinger Band. No, we just want the normal Bollinger Bands. Let's see here. So no, they are all horrible, especially this one here. This one also is not the one. That is crazy. I had recently, let's see this. There we go. So that is what I was looking for. You see here what I mean? I will make this now a little bit more present for you guys. As you can see here, the upper side of this. So look at this. On the 4 hourly chart, we are outside the Bollinger Band. So if you're here around for a little bit on my channel, then you know when we're outside the Bollinger Band, we always will come back down into the Bollinger Band. So here the next thing is the middle line of the Bollinger Band is here exactly at $69,000. Of course, with the next 4 hourly candle, it will plot somewhere closer to like 69,700, and then the following one like $70,000. I don't believe that here the middle band will be somewhere below $70,000 in the course of the rest of the day. You know, it will eventually hit here today $70,000, and that will be also then a support level if the price will potentially roll over, come all the way down here to test the Bollinger Band, and then you get continuation back into the top side of it. So, but right now we're outside the Bollinger Band, which tells us that price will pull back here to like, yeah, just if it would just go under the upper Bollinger Band, it would be roughly $76,000. But once it does this, it will go much, much lower. So we cannot sustain here to stay outside the Bollinger Bands. It never happens, you know, that we stay really, really long outside of it. So then the next thing that I want to show you here is on the 4 hourly chart, and that's why I said yesterday, when we are trading in a market like this, you cannot trust higher time frames anymore because they look just overextended. You know, look at this, massively overbought since 2 days ago. The stochastic flying since yesterday. Yeah, basically also now 30, what is this? 40 hours, basically. Also 40 hours already flying here. And the MACD, kinda, you know, right here, these two lighter green candles. And it means we have to come down, you know, we have to come down. There's no way around this, you know. So now the only question is, how do we position ourselves for that when it's happening? So here, just something else that you see here on my stop loss map, you know, my own indicator, there's no stop loss anymore. You know, I think maybe here to the upside somewhere, that chart is empty, you know. So also here, let me see, maybe if I refresh that, I get some new levels. No, see, so there's also nothing here anymore. And what was fueling basically that move now, here from more or less 74 all the way up to 79, was just greed and FOMO. So when I see something like this, I always remember my time in 2017 in my first bull run, when Bitcoin went past $13,000, and after that there was nothing driving the price anymore. There was no reason why Bitcoin should keep going up. it was basically just FOMO and people buying more and more and more because they thought it will never end if we go up, you know, so then eventually we crashed and burned. So, and I remember I was sitting around with my friends in Paris in an apartment at the time, and we were all in Bitcoin and all dealing with Bitcoin. I was like, that day when I went, we always were hanging out the whole day together and were trading in that bull market. The day when I came to them, I said, hey, Bitcoin is like roughly $14,000. And then I think that day it went to 17. I was like, why did it go to 17? There's no reason. You know, there's no technical nothing why it should keep going up. There was no news anymore that was driving the price, you know, nothing. And this here is the same thing. You know, that $5,000 move that happened here, nothing was telling you that we had to go there besides that resistance level that was all the way up there. So, but the fuel for that move, you know, is just pure FOMO. And that tells you that move will be retraced. Now, if you want to be part of that Telegram channel that I showed you, you know what to do. There are links in the pinned comment below in the description where you can sign up on AlphaX to get access to that channel. And we are also trading there right now. I have here a small short open. I'm gonna add more to this short, actually right now, but not much. I'm gonna add here maybe another 5% to this. Yeah, so that's, okay, let's do 100, what is this, 165.5. I'm gonna add here to the short. Yeah. So I'm trading on cross leverage, so my liquidation price is like almost $100,000. I don't really believe that like tomorrow we are at $100,000 and like my trade is gone, you know. So we need to have like this proper pullback right now. You can also see this here on the 3 months liquidation heat map. Look at this. We almost took out all the high concentrated liquidity that had built up, not even over the last 3 months, but basically the last year, you know. So, and it stops exactly here at $80,500. So that's why I'm saying, even if we get a push all the way up there, I'm not really concerned, you know. So because there is so much sell pressure around $80,000 that this will definitely push us back into lower levels where we then position ourselves accordingly. So, and you see this here on my own indicator once again. Here, that blue box that I gave you yesterday and said like, yeah, maybe we're gonna come for this here in the short term. We completely took this out, you know, like in terms of short positions. Here you see some new short positions here at $79,500, basically the top that we put in now. Have popped up here. There's also here a 25x at $81,000 more or less, and there's also then here only low leverage perma bear positions. So they eventually also gonna get taken out, but not today. You know, I not see us moving here to like $84,000 today. Could we get a retest here before we finally roll over and put in a double top? Yeah, it's definitely possible. It is possible that we do this. Even though the 1 hourly chart, if we close the 1 hourly chart, well, let me go back here. Where did I have this? Yeah, in that fashion here, then I expect the next candle already to break below this upward sloping trend line, and that the bearish divergence will come into fruition here in full swing. So let's go back here quickly. Then to the downside, all the liquidity that has built up here below us now. So I look at this. So there's now massive liquidity below us that a market maker could go for, you know, and liquidate. But again, I'm not saying that we have to come now for here everything. It's like that would be way too much here. No, here let's say technically like from 64, and then wait, I need to extend this here from 64 to like here 76 more or less. You know, that's now the big cluster. Where liquidity is sitting. We are not coming for that whole cluster, you know, so that there's no point for a market maker to help push such a move here to the upside, you know, so and then turn around and liquidate everybody, you know, that just went long. So that's not how markets work, you know. So but like I said here, that level here, $71,000, and here $76,000. This is definitely a target now, you know, and it's also a target because we have the EMA ribbon sitting there. So the EMA ribbon did not have a proper retest on the 4-hourly chart, if I go here now, look here, $70,300. With the next 4-hourly candle close, we will be roughly at $71,000. So again, a reason why price should come down here, because also the EMA ribbon acts as a magnet after such a move that we went so far away from it, that we need to retest this as support to get continuation. So do I really care if it's like at 71, 72, 73? No, but it will eventually make here a smoother curve, because this is like a crazy angle that we're going up right now, you know. So it will smoothen over, and then price will come down to it. We'll test it, which is fine, you know. That's what we are looking for, and then we go and turn around and go back to the upside. Yeah, that's not a bad idea with the short. I saw that in the chat. So yeah, so that's basically the plan right now, you know. So I'm watching the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly chart. So on the daily chart, I'm not looking at this because that would be crazy, you know. Here $66,500, but I'm looking at this on the 4-hourly chart to pull back to, and then also all this liquidity block here, there's an alignment with the 4-hourly chart. And what I'm also looking for is a proper turnaround on the RSI on the 4-hourly chart, you know, so that we are coming out of that overbought territory here, and the stochastic RSI also basically making a downturn here. That's what I'm looking right now for when I'm looking at the charts, you know, because here, top side, this here, I don't see why we should go up there right now, you know. So because the RSI is potentially, the stochastic RSI, if I zoom in here, can maybe see it, is here pinching a little bit down, you know. So I don't know how much I have to zoom in here that I can actually see this. So here the red, the signal line, slightly making here turn down like this. You see here that trajectory, you know, if I take it away, it's slightly rolling over. That's like early signs that the price is here now topping out. When I see something like this, you know, so I look at stuff like this. I zoom in like crazy, you know, so but I can see it already just from experience when I look at stuff like this. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at, you know. I look at stuff like this when I'm going through the charts, you know, and then also here that massive overbought area here on the RSI. We didn't have this in a long time, you know, so I look how far I have to zoom out here to even find overbought, you know, in that sense as we're experiencing it right now. It's not there. No, even if there's a little bit. So, and that was when? So, yeah, 2 years ago in February, you know, so let me see if I find here somewhere else. It's not there, you know. See, the last time that we had anything close to this was February 2 years ago. So then you're telling me we just keep going higher, you know, out of nowhere for no reason? No, it's not happening, you know. So let me see here. What is this? Yeah, exactly. So people are just taking profit here right now around these levels and repositioning themselves for the next move. So something else I want to show you here is our hype trade. Of course, did really, really well, all the way up here to $70. And I'm looking now also to reposition ourselves here for the next move. Look at this here. This will also hard come down, because we have here a rising wedge and all these wicks here around $75, $76 on the top side. So when that is breaking down, I expect this to come back like $10 lower, you know, like $65, $64. And yeah, so if I go here, based off support, it's even $63 here, there. There, former resistance level, now support, $63.25 or close to it. You know, so here I would set my limit orders between 65 and 63. That's where I would set my limit orders here for that move to the downside. And of course, you could short this too. Once we're losing here 70, maybe a little bit before, no, yeah. So when we lose $72, that's where I would start shorting, not before that. So I know it's like 4 or 5%, yeah, it's like 4%, 3.5% that I would miss out on, you know, if I would start shorting now, but it's also pretty risky to do this right now, because if Bitcoin turns around and makes another move to the upside, it could just straight shoot through this rising wedge here and go like to $80, and then you get liquidated, you know. So that's why you should be here waiting for a safe signal to enter. So, but the good thing is, now that we are back in the bull market, this was just a taste that we got. You know, the last 2 days was just an appetizer for what's coming. And I'm so excited about what is happening afterwards, because we will make so much money. You know, it will be ridiculous, the amounts of money that we're going to print here on this channel. The same way that we did in 2021, just that for the most part of it, I was not on YouTube. You know, if you would have seen everything from 2019 to 2021, how much stupid amounts of money I made. You know, I still have like Instagram stories and all of that, you know, because I posted most of it on Instagram. Like every morning I was waking up and I was like within 3 hours, like up $5,000, $10,000, you know, and I had not big positions. Like I used for this sometimes like $8,000, you know, to make that kind of money. Or in the evening, it was then like $10,000, $12,000 on a trade like that, you know, and not massive leverage on it too. You know, it was like 10 up to 25x leverage on these trades, you know. So this is finally coming back, you know, these times are coming back. And what you should also planning on doing is, once that pullback is over and we came back down to like $70,000, $73,000, you should open low leverage long positions on altcoins that are gonna pay you also really well, that you can hold through this whole bull cycle. Because if you think about this, if you hold now a position, let it be hype, you know, let it be hyper liquid. I believe Hyperliquid could pull a Solana in this cycle and go to $300-400 as like the all-time high for it. Also because the US government, Trump, backed it now. So here, $400 to $400 hype. It's like $443, let it be $4,400, 444% to the upside. So now let's say you put on that 10x leverage on cross, you're looking at like 44x on your initial investment. So you trade with $1,000, you make $44,000 on hype if it hits $400. So, and then of course you keep doing this with more positions, you know, and you don't need massive amounts to make your life-changing money in the bull market if you hold long-term positions. So, and this is also my plan this time, that I have like a couple of trades, you know, where I just keep adding on every pullback. I'm gonna keep adding money every single time when we see a major pullback. So I want to see here. So you see here our short on for the challenge account is already here printing right now, just a little bit, not massively. So, but if I win this trade and we go here to only $75,284, I will be almost at $4,000. You know, so and I made then 1,000, I actually don't know exactly. I made here then $2,000 in like 2 weeks on this account, something like that. So this account is also now exponentially growing really fast. So let me have a look here quick in the chat, guys. Okay. Crazy that so many Germans are here, you know, so on that live stream. I really did not think that so many Germans are present. Let me grab something to drink here quickly. Okay. You know what's going to be really hard for me when I'm in this bull market? I will have a hard time to actually get back in shape in the gym, you know, because I will have all the time FOMO. I want to be trading 24/7 in that market to make the most amount of money here with you guys together. And I know when I go to the gym for like 2 hours, it will freak me out, you know, because I have so severe ADHD that I will feel all the time I have to be here, you know, and look at my phone. No, I actually did not look at XRP. We can have a look at XRP now. So let's actually look at XRP. Also, guys, if you want other coins that I should have a look at, let me know. Let me know in the chat. There's like a few coins I'm looking at, like here, Zcash is one that is on my list that I want to buy on a pullback. Sui is one that I want to buy on a pullback. Near, Link, then what else? There was Coty, and Doge too, and Uniswap. So you need to look now at projects that are generating real revenue, have a real product, and also doing buybacks. So to deflation their own supply. So, and these projects, they will do multiples in the cycle. So, and you definitely want to be in a long trade with these coins. So now let me have a look here on XRP. Wow, Bitcoin Cash also flying today. Oh, XRP, wow, also. Yeah, for hourly chart is also telling me there's like a 10% pullback coming in XRP. So let me see the daily. The daily did what Bitcoin did, so this is like a 40% move, almost, yeah, it's like 10%. I almost want to say double than what Bitcoin did. So, but this is like a 10% difference between XRP and Bitcoin. Let's see. Here, let's get a weekly chart. So XRP is definitely not out of the woods here yet. So that is more like an area than just one level. So here, that is basically PERMA support for XRP right now. And there's a high chance that in the next bear market, we're not going to see $1 again for XRP. It might never go back to $1 again after that bull market. So now, over the next coming weeks and months, it can touch close to $1 again on pullbacks. But I think after this bull market is done, XRP will not go back to $1. So here, what you want to see now for XRP on the weekly chart is a break above $1.60 basically. When it breaks to $1.60, it will fly straight to $2 and even higher than that. So because, look at this here on the weekly chart, massive falling wedge pattern, and with this candle it broke actually already out. I thought it did not break out yet, so but here basically in the last moment it broke out now, so which is a bad sign overall, because that means that move here to the upside might be a little bit weak, so and that could lead to a steeper pullback to the bottom of like the EMA ribbon, which is now at like $1.23, 24-ish, before it starts turning around and then goes to $2. So when it goes back down here to like $1.28, 25, I would start opening long positions from there to the upside, because overall also here the bear trend is broken. Any other coins that I should look at? So let's actually have a look quickly at Zcash. Yeah, Zcash is exploding on a weekly chart. So here, I would almost say here, if you put not more than like 3x leverage on that, you can long this from anywhere right now. So let me see how big was that move? 33%. Yeah, we will not completely retrace a 33% move here. So maybe like 10% or something. Too late. I wanted to film something what the cat here just did from my girlfriend, but I was too late. So here for Zcash, what you want to watch at is this downward sloping trend line. Once that's broken, I think it will go really fast to $1,000 on the weekly chart. So even on if I go to the daily, so look at this. Here is a massive symmetrical triangle right now. To be fair, on the daily, it would break out a tiny bit too early, in my opinion. And the stochastic is agreeing here with me. So there could be one more rollover before you're going to see that here. But when it's happening, so look here at the technical target for this. And it's like another thing that I love about bull markets, all the patterns that you chart, they're playing fucking out again, so it's not like that you see a lot of fake outs happening on charting patterns. In a bull market, you can rely on them 100% for most of the time. So there are sometimes outliers, but for most of it, they are working like clockwork again. Look here, $1,260, sorry, $1,260 is the target if it breaks out here in basically 3 weeks from now. Where are you going? Here, one of the cats is coming up here. Let's see if she will come into the camera. I don't know. Ah, you also want to trade? Some. You want to earn some cat coins? Ah, you can barely see the cat, but the cat is here. There. Where you go? My mouse pad is a bad spot because I have all the hairs then on it, and then can barely use my mouse to show you stuff. So, but it's fine. Yeah. So here, massive target. So let's say you only enter at the breakout. You're looking here at like almost 100% move. So now imagine you put in 10x leverage on that. There you go. You know, there you have like a 10x on your money, and you don't have to wait for this to happen a long time. You know, so this might happen within a month. You know, in a month you can make 10x on whatever you put in, and then you can roll it over into something else. You know, so this is the other thing here with this upcoming bull market. You need to be able to rotate quick from one coin into the next one. You know, it's kind of like a little bit the hot potato game, you know, so, and you just want to make sure that you are not the last one holding it when it's getting cold, you know. So, and yeah, that's the unfortunate thing, that we cannot throw like blindly money at any altcoin and it will just stick and go up, you know. So unfortunately these times are over, and you need to find the right altcoins right now that are actually moving, and then moving at the right time to take advantage, you know, because if you get in at the wrong time and you get stuck, you know, you might get stuck for quite a while, and then you have like a huge opportunity cost being in these coins. Yes, I definitely going to keep it coming. Actually, I have something. So I mentioned this here. I will not mention the name, you know, because I did not put a video out yet. But I made a new YouTube channel, and that is a pure German one. There's no video on it yet. I will not mention the name of it because I want this to be like a clean slate. But it will be my first German YouTube channel, you know. So you might gonna see it eventually when I get a lot of views on it, but otherwise you will have a hard time finding that one. There's no name associated with it. It is a completely different brand than AMCrypto. You will have a hard time finding it, you know. So, but if you find it, you know, so I hope that I see a lot of you German guys that are here on this stream, on my German streams then. Because I was thinking like, it might be time to make like a German one too, you know, because I have some friends, they just started last year, both of them a German channel, and they're doing pretty well. And I was like, maybe I should also do like on the side a German channel, because honestly I have the time, you know, I have the time. I'm just too lazy, you know, so I like doing one video a day, looking at the charts, trading the rest of the day, you know, so, and not putting out like 3, 4, 5 videos a day, you know. So, but I was like, maybe this one bull cycle I should do it, and then when I have the habit, I keep doing it, you know, like I do it over here. So let me have a look here on some other coins. Actually, Fetch might be also one of the coins that you want to look at. Oh no, actually that it has a new ticker, so I don't know why this is still there on Binance like this. So let's let me go here to the other list. So you wanna be here in Sui. Also here, sorry, here Sui. I can also tell you already, I have a hard time believing that when Sui goes here past the dollar again, that we're ever gonna see a dead zone down here, ever. I think also here, the next floor for like the bear market, for the next bear market for Sui, might be $1.20 potentially, you know. But I think that zone that we see here will never happen again. So then, for an entry, if you would be right now trading SUI, and SUI got so much shit, you know, like the last 2 months, all these Rand Powell videos that were made, you know, where they were mocking him basically. They were quite funny, to be honest. Yeah, so that would all change now, because I see here for SUI, here the downward sloping trend line has not broken yet. Once this one here is broken, I need to adapt this a little bit there. We're just retesting this right now. But once this is broken, it will go also here like $1.15, $1.33, something like that. That's also almost 100% move just to get there, you know. So, but look where it was in the last bull market. I'm not saying it will go back to like all-time highs, to like $5 here, but maybe close to it here, to the middle, you know. So here like $2.77 is something that looks for me quite realistic in the upcoming weeks here, by maybe end of the year already. You know, I could see that happening by end of the year, that we are sitting here at like close to $3 again for SUI, which is a 4x from now, you know. So if you have spare capital on the side that you don't need for anything right now, and you have a long time horizon, you know, and you just want to like triple or like quadruple your money, you can put it there, you know, and just wait, you know. You don't, and stress-free on top of that, you know. You don't need to do anything, just walk away and leave it, you know. Then near is looking right now really, really good. We are getting here buy signal on the weekly, RSI going to the upside, MACD turning around, and then here, that is your resistance zone that we try to break right now, like all the way up to $2.10. Another 10% move. When we're above that, it will start flying, you know. Then the next stop is like straight $3, which is like almost a 50% move to the upside. So, and this can happen quickly, you know. So remember last bull market, how quickly some coins were moving. Within like 3 days, they made 50%. So I just want to remember you here in 2024, that time, you know, when we went here from like $2.69 to like $9. So like a 3x in like 7 weeks, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Within 6 weeks is 7x, right? No, 3x, sorry, 3x. I just was checking again. I was like, wait a second, that sounds wrong, you know. So, but like a 3x in 6 weeks, you know. So really, really fast things can shift here for us. So let me have a look here. Oh yeah, so that's something else that good. Somebody just reminded me about something. I mentioned this yesterday in the video. So, but let me actually show this to you guys here. And let's go here to a 5-minute chart. And I'm going to do this then also on Bitcoin. So now, short term, if you want to trade in this market, first of all, regardless what coin it is, Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, you always need to make sure that there's no bearish divergence on the 1 hourly and on the 4 hourly chart. So when you don't see a bearish divergence on the 1 hourly and 4 hourly chart, you can go into the 5-minute chart and the 50-minute chart to find an entry. How do I find entries here now for trades that I would like to take? So here, I would not actually look for an entry here at the current constellation, besides here $1 like 85, you know. So that would be a level where I potentially might enter for near. But like anyway, here right now, if I wanted to enter something right now, I would not do it. Why? Because the RSI is going sideways, the RSI is going up, but we are under the top side of the EMA ribbon. I need this to be above the EMA ribbon and close there 1 or 2 5-minute candles. Then go to the 50 minutes chart. Look how this is looking. Here MACD is going down, RSI is going sideways, stochastic at the bottom. Also tells me, while we are putting in here lower highs, that there might be first a retest into the EMA ribbon. Here again, lining up with the midsection of the EMA ribbon, and from there we'll go back to the upside. So if I wanted to trade near, for example, I would set here my limit order and just see if it hits, you know, and I'm pretty sure it would hit. So then when I go now to Bitcoin, I do the same thing. So I go here to like a 5-minute chart. And as you can see, Bitcoin is still trying to clinch on to that upward sloping trend line that was acting as resistance for the bearish divergence. So here, see, we are now slowly moving, losing momentum on the RSI and pointing here into lower levels. And when this hits oversold on the 15-minute and 30-minute chart, usually what happens is that we get a really, really big bearish engulfing candle. Really big bearish engulfing candle. So, and that's what I'm currently waiting for to see here on the chart. So here again, there's nothing telling me that I want to enter this right now. So if I go to a 50-minute chart, also here, stochastic, the MACD about to print a sell signal. The RSI also here going down, while the price is still going up. And the stochastic is already at the bottom. So there could be a short-term bounce here, back to like close to $79,000. But like I said, that will most likely be a double top situation, and then it will start breaking down. So now I want to see the 30-minute chart that's aligning with that. Yeah, it's like kind of the same thing here, you know, so the RSI going down, MACD rolling over, and on the 1 hourly, same thing. You know, we are here like in slightly bearish territory on the stochastic, but we have like 38 minutes left before this candle is closing. So here, that is now a doji candle. Well, let me show this to you guys here a little bit closer. So if this stays a doji candle, like this here, where you have like a wick to the upside, to the downside, and in the middle of it, the body, and the wicks are almost equally long to both sides, then this is an indecision candle. That means that the market doesn't know right now where it should go. Should it go higher? Should it go lower? You know. So, but with the previous candle being red is also sometimes a continuation pattern, and then the next candle does this here and goes down. Especially with everything else lining up, it looks like that that we should prepare here for more downside. So you know, guys, I'm actually thinking about staying here on that stream for another 1.5 hours until the next 4 hourly close, because the next 4 hourly close is really, really important. But also I have to mention that might be the longest stream that I ever did then, you know, so I might not talk all the time because it will be fucking long. It's like 1.5 hours from now, and maybe another 30 minutes to see what's actually happening around the new 4 hourly candle, because I'm waiting. I'm sitting here and waiting all the time for a red candle, you know, on the 4 hourly chart. You know, I'm sitting here and waiting the last 48 hours to see a red candle on the 4 hourly chart. That's all what I want to see right now. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so and that so here in the chat somebody said like the price went up by $6,000 alone. This is the exact reason why we have to go down. You know, so I'm not bearish overall. I'm just saying we need a healthy pullback so that we can go higher. You know, so that's like the whole thing here right now. That what we need to see here, because I want us to go higher. I want to see Bitcoin back at like $80, $90, $100,000, you know, because then everything will go crazy again. And if you're here around for a while already, you know the feeling in a bull market where you start spending money and you cannot outspend what you make, you know. So I want to get back to the days, and this is not because I want to flex, you know. This is just something that happened to me, where I thought like this is absolutely mind blowing, and how is that even possible? You know, I was, and some of you guys know that story. In March 2021, I went to the Dubai Mall, and I did not buy this watch here. I bought another one, actually my first one. So I bought a watch that was like $18,000. Yeah, $18,000, and outside of Dubai would have been 22 because of tax and everything. $18,000. I went clothes shopping for like $10,000, around that number. So I was spending roughly $30,000 in like 3 hours with the watch, with clothes, with everything. I look at my phone, and I actually have still a screenshot of this, but it's this like from April or May of 2021. Let me see where I have this. So here's June on the phone. Where is here? May. And I looked at my pancake stash that I had at the time. And I was making from staking so much money that I could not spend what I was making from the staking on Cake. I was making in these 3 hours all the money back that I spent in that moment in the Dubai Mall. And I looked at my phone and I was like, how is that possible? You know, like this doesn't feel real. You know, when you go shopping and spend $30,000 in 3 hours and it's already back through the staking that I made on Cake. So here I just show it to you. There. So that was in February. In February, my Cake position. Shit, it's a little bit too bright. Let me make it less bright. So there. So there you see, like $4.3 million in Pancake in 2021. So that was like a screenshot from February, when Pancake was like, I don't know, was like $3 or something, you know. So and then it went like all the way to 50. So imagine, you know, it basically did a 20x from there. On the I made a 20x on that money, you know. So then I go into the Dubai Mall a month later and cannot spend what I make from staking, you know. So and these times are coming back right now, you know. So I have the feeling we're gonna see this again, you know, where you make a couple of trades and whatever you spend on that day in whatever dimension you are living, you know. So it can be way less, of course, for you. So this was now an extreme example. It will happen. You know, it will happen. You go, you spend like maybe $200-300, and by evening from the trades that we maybe did together on the channel, you made $1,000, and you were like, "What the heck?" You know, like. So and that's why I'm like so excited, because I know like these times are coming back now. I don't understand that question with like, if I trade normally, okay, now I get it. So if I trade without music, no, I have music running here all the time, but the problem is that YouTube will make me problems if I have music playing. I need to look for royalty-free music that I can play in the background, you know, so that is my issue. That's why I never have music on videos or on the stream, because of stupid YouTube, you know. So like with their like, oh, there's like royalty, blah, 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 you know, like licensing, blah, blah, blah. So I don't want that the stream gets taken down. That's why I don't have any music playing, you know. So, but I can look to find something here. Maybe I can here look on the side quick to play something royalty-free music that I can play on YouTube. So because we have time, you know, we have time. So let's just have here the short open. Let me see, royalty-free music that I can. Try again to film the cat, because the cat is doing some funny stuff here. Yeah, she's doing it. Look at that silly cat. Playing with the paperback. Done? Yeah, we're done? Okay. So, let me see. Here's like, maybe here.
My favorite things about this creator music option are that
Blah, blah, blah. So this is not what I'm looking for. So let me see if I can find here quickly something. I have looked in the past for like music that I can play here in the background, but I was not really happy with it, you know. So, and now I found something. So let me just mute for a moment the microphone that only I can hear that. Okay, I think I found something. I think I found something. So I just need to add this quick into the description of the video. So let me, of the live stream, I mean. So let me do this quick. Where do I have this now? No, I did not watch that yet. Let's see here. Go back here. Just need to add this. Oh, and guys, if you're new here, it would be amazing if you can subscribe to the channel, because I got hit hard by YouTube with not getting suggestions so much anymore to like the For You page and stuff like that. So it would mean a lot if you can subscribe and activate the notification so that you will not miss out when I put here some other videos out. So now let me see, I need to get over here and then also not make it too loud. So I don't want that you guys get hit damaged ears or stuff like that. So let me see where I can, how do I actually do oh wait, I think it's running like this. But why can I not hear it? That's weird. Oh wait. Huh. Oh wait. Over here. Whoa. Okay. So let me actually. I think I have to look this up quick. How I can play this at the same time. So I definitely have it. How to play. Okay, so let's do this here. Okay, I think I know how to do it now. So let me see here. Is that here in the? Okay, add, and then media. Add media source. Local file, yeah. Loop. So let's see. Monitor. Okay. So properties, no. So how do I do this now here? Okay, so what I need now here is the output. Guys, can you hear that? Let me know in the comments. Guys, let me know in the comments, do you hear any of that music? would like to know if anyone can hear that. Because I don't hear anything. I think I should also hear it. No, nothing? Okay. How do I change? Okay, but on the other hand, I also don't hear my own voice, so definitely has something to do with the monitoring, if I want to hear it. Yeah, but then, no. So if you can hear it, good. So I don't really care, you know, to be honest, I don't really care, because if I would listen myself to it, then the microphone will pick it up too, you know, so, and I don't want that, you know, so then we have like feedback and stuff like that. So yeah, so actually let me go and do this here.
That's weird.
Okay, so I was just checking how loud it is by watching the stream myself, but like it's lagging crazy, you know, like the stream is lagging like 10 seconds or something. So I'm gonna look like in like a minute or so if the volume is okay, you know, for the music. No, I muted the microphone. You know, so that I can listen myself to the stream to see where the music is at, you know, like in terms of how loud it is, you know. So, and again, I don't want that you guys get like a feedback from the microphone. That's why I turn it off. Okay, good. So yeah, let's we have still time. Until the next 1 hourly close. I'm watching all of this like a hawk right now, you know, so because we were waiting for this for such a long time, and now it's finally happening, you know. So yeah, let's see what we're gonna do now. There was something that I remembered earlier that I wanted to show you guys, and then it slipped my mind again. Too bad. Oh no, I remember there, yeah. So there we go. So here, I'm sure many of you have not seen this. Look at this here. So it is a little bit distorted, but that does not mean that it cannot play out, because it does still play out. Look at this here. That's like a daily and also works on the weekly chart. A massive W pattern. So I actually wanted to have the neckline kind of here. Let's say here this $80,000 thing here. Actually, no, we can go all the way up there. Yeah. So here's the neckline, $82,000 for this massive W pattern. So and then when we go and measure this, I'm going to show you the technical target. I will not take the wicks down here. It's enough if we go here just to the bottom of the candle. And then here. Look at that. $105,000 in the upcoming weeks for Bitcoin. So, and if Bitcoin, now get this, what we should also not forget, there is in 3 weeks the vote for the Clarity Act in the US. And if the Clarity Act goes through that day, I reckon Bitcoin will be around $85,000 to $90,000. And then in October, we will see that target here, $105,000. I'm really sure if the Clarity Act gets through, and then Bitcoin will be around $85,000, $90,000 in that moment. October, we're gonna hit $100,000 again for Bitcoin and getting close to that target here. So this is of course a higher time frame trade, but this is also something that I'm looking at. So I just saw this today, you know, so I think I saw this like a couple of weeks ago and I was not sure yet if that's gonna actually play out like this. And yeah, now we are actually seeing it. So now I want to see here. Yeah, so I'm still convinced that this here is a topping candle. So what I also want to do is I want to have a look at Ethereum. I ignored Ethereum for such a long time because there was literally nothing happening with Ethereum. There, Ethereum. Come on. Ah, there. So here. Yeah, you see January, you know, like I opened this here the last time in January to look at this. Like literally 8 months ago, because it did not do anything, you know. So it broke down here from that ascending triangle and now finally makes here a move. Yeah, so if I would have seen this earlier, I would have definitely entered here at $1,900 into Ethereum for like that move. But here you see again, it is sitting right now at a resistance. Same like Bitcoin, you know, $2,400 is the short-term top now for Ethereum. Because if we would break above this, the next target would be straight here, $2,700, $2,800, which is a massive, massive, massive resistance for Ethereum to the upside from the past. So I'm going to let me actually draw this in here, and then I'm going to show you why there is such a big resistance here. So now let's go over here. So you see on that chart I was pretty busy in the past, all the way back to like 3 years ago, maybe further than that, I'm not sure, I have to look. No, oh yeah, actually 5 years of charting here on this chart, crazy. So let me have a look. So why is $2,700, $2,800 so important for Ethereum? Because here on the break over there, after we got to this massive move to $4,400 the first time, when we broke above this, we went into a new all-time high. Then we came back, we're kind of like jumping rope with it, then broke below it, and I think since then we kind of stayed below it. And that was here in 4 years ago. No, we got one time above this here again. Yeah, so in 2024, again, exactly that level. First, rejection here, one more time down, then when we got above this, support for quite a while. You know, if you look here, February 2024 until August, for 6 months, that level was support until it broke again and became resistance. Again, support here, then immediately did not hold on that run. Here again, broke above straight to $4,000. Here held a little bit and then broke again. So and since then we are below this. So now when we get above this again, I expect Ethereum to at least go back to $4,000 when we break above $2,700, $2,800. So that's why even if we would get above this, you know, here $2,400, that is where it stops for Ethereum. So if Ethereum pulls another $300, Bitcoin will do another $2,000 roughly, like $80,000. And that's it, you know, that's where it's gonna stop. And then we get a pullback, you know. So here for Ethereum, a pullback right now will go to like $2,180, $2,200 somewhere around these numbers, like a 10% pullback in Ethereum, which will most likely be then like a 5-6% move on Bitcoin. So a 5-6% move on Bitcoin would be roughly $73,000, $74,000, something like that. So, but if $2,180 can be held, then this will become here really soon support and attack $2,700, $800. So in here, $2,180 might be the cheapest that you get Ethereum for the next couple of months if you want to load up on Ethereum, either on like a long position or like on like spot. That might be your last chance to get anything close to $2,000 for Ethereum, because otherwise, when the moment that it comes back down here and starts lifting off again, that's it. You know, $2,000 is something that we will not see for quite a while again. The exact or close $2,000 mark for Ethereum. So then I'm also gonna look at, no, I need chart for this. It's the Ethereum Bitcoin chart that also exploded. There we go. So then I can close this. Yes, close. So here we got rejected for now from the 0.0315 level, but I can tell you this. Once we are clearing here 0.035, the Ethereum Bitcoin chart will start flying like crazy. You know, so here, up here, that was $4,000 for Ethereum, all the way up there. So I believe this time around, it will shoot past this. So what's going on here? Okay, it's because it's $8,000 again, or what? My phone is blowing up with notifications. Oh no, it's because Ethereum is $2,400. That's what it was. So here, that's also really important, a really important chart to watch here, the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So you can even draw here another temporary trend line, like this. And you see that there's multiple trend lines converging right now, putting pressure on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart to keep it where it is. So, and this is, if we would stay like this here, in terms of a weekly candle, that would be a really ugly weekly candle, where I would expect that we see here one more dip down like this before you get then the week after that a proper breakout in the first week of September. Roughly would that be then? So let me see in the chat. Okay. So, you know, guys, what is also really funny? It's like around lunchtime in Germany. I'm wondering, are you guys all at work and watching the stream, or are you all like on like social benefits that you can watch the stream? You know, so because I was just thinking about like how much time, you know, what time it is now in Germany. I was like, hey, it's like lunchtime over there, you know. Just funny, you know. Honestly, I don't care, you know, as long as you are watching and we are making money here together. Yeah, I was also living on social benefits for a while in Germany before I had like the breakthrough that I found Bitcoin and started making money with that all these years back, you know, which is now 13 years ago, you know. Yeah, technically 16 when I saw it the first time, but like 13 when I tried to mine it, and then when 11 years when I bought it the first time. Oh, actually, that's also something crazy. Guys, do you want to see my receipts when I bought the first time Bitcoin? Because the platform still exists and I still have to log into it. Do you want to see it? For what price I bought my first Bitcoin and how much? Let me know in the chat. I should pull this up. Yeah, mine was 2015, maybe 2016. It was like, I think end 2015. Or early 2016, somewhere around these numbers. Okay. I have to... okay, so I have to... Oh, shit. Maybe I cannot see it anymore. I just found out on Google when I looked the platform up that they closed. But wait, is this the right one? Oh, yeah. Shit. When did they go out of business? Okay, maybe I cannot look this up anymore. Oh, it could be this Mika bullshit in the EU that made them close. So let me... Yeah, so I think that website, everything is gone. Website. Let me see. That is crazy. They closed? Maybe they post something here. Ah, okay. Anycoin Direct EU. So let's see. They redirected. Oh, they rebranded? Maybe they rebranded. My login is still good, but I did not get any email, nothing. So, okay, I have to do it with an app. Okay, yeah, it looks like I cannot show you that anymore. That is crazy. So, is here something mentioned that they rebranded? When did it? Okay, October 2 years ago is the last time they posted something on Facebook. Let me see. When? When did they go out of business? Oh, mid last year, yeah, because I was sure that last year at some point I was looking, still looking at this. I was like, oh, I can still log in there and check it out, you know. So now you can see it over here. I'm just gonna put it over. So I looked it up now, you know. So they closed because of here Mika nonsense, you know. So they had to wind down because of the Mika bullshit. So that was the platform where I bought, you know. There was like, at the time when I was buying, there was only Anycoin Direct and basically Coinbase. There was the only two platforms that you could buy Bitcoin in Europe at the time. So, and that's why Coinbase was actually sending German SWAT teams to people that were buying Bitcoin randomly, you know. Just Coinbase was flagging people to the German police, to the German authorities, and said, hey, we think there's something suspicious going on. And then you had a German SWAT team in like your living room the next morning, you know. So that's why I like stopped buying there when I heard stories like that, you know, that just like out of nowhere they just suspect you to do something shady with your Bitcoins, and then for like prevention you get like your door rammed through, you know. I was like, okay, maybe I want to buy not from Coinbase anymore, you know, and that's how I bought then only from Anycoin Direct at the time. So, but yeah, crazy that they went under with this Mika nonsense. Let me see, do I still have like at least the okay, there's the other thing that I was waiting for. Okay, so I need to download this. Yes, download. So okay. Oh yeah, I should only open this over here, nowhere else. So I just need to look at something really quickly for a second. So just want to make sure that nobody else can see that, because it's not meant for you guys. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so it's on the other screen, so it's fine. So I have to go through this quickly. Let's see. Oh, there. There. Okay. Okay, but okay, there's something written, but I cannot make out. Yeah, I have to see if they. Yeah, I need to do here some stuff. 1 second. But in the meantime, we're getting close. Yeah, 7 minutes finally. You know, 7 minutes we get an hourly close. Let's see what's happening around that. So I need this here, and then I have to do that. It will just be a second. So let's see. Here. So let's do this. So, and then I'm immediately back here again, guys. So there's one more thing that I need to get from here, and then I'm good to go. So yeah, so here we go. Okay, I have to do some visa stuff. That's why I just received that, what I was waiting for. So I wanted to send it straight away that I can get maybe even an answer today for some visa stuff that I'm looking at. So here, look now. Either we're gonna see now a fake move to the upside, or it will start dropping sharply in the next coming minutes around that 1 hourly close. Something else that I learned along the way around like these hourly and 4 hourly closes, 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after is where most of the time the fake move happens around that closing, and then the real move happens then exactly afterwards. So the first 10-15 minutes of like a 1 hourly candle is usually not the right move that you see happening, you know. So it can be, but it's most of the time it's not. So, and then I wanted to see here, was it over there? No, we had another chart for this. Maybe let's look here at this one. Yeah, so here, 3.5 minutes. I definitely have to get some food here soon, because I know already like another 1.5 hours I cannot sit here and not have eaten something, you know, because it's also getting late. I might just order already now. I can eat later. So let's just see what's happening here. Like Meisterschaft? What do you mean? Like a diploma? So I think I'm gonna eat from that place again. So let me. So that was the other thing that I wanted to look up here on the side. That's why I went in there. Let's see. Oh, it might be any coin. Oh no. So okay, it might be all the way over here. Now I'm looking. I still have like some email stuff from Anycoin. It doesn't look like it. Oh no, here, that I still have, so that I can show you. So I don't have like buy orders still from Anycoin, but I can show you that I'm there since at least 2016 when I bought. Look here, 2016 May, you know. So I think I deleted the mailbox way back, so I don't have anything else anymore. So, but you see here, like, I got here emails until 2018, until I basically opt out of the emails, because I don't like all these promotion, advertising nonsense that they send all the time, everywhere. I try always to opt out for all of it. It's just annoying. I have an engineering degree, and I have also a bachelor degree, but it, like what I studied, you know, so what I studied has so much not to do with anything what I'm doing now, and I forgot half of it already, because I did not use any of it for like the last 10 years, you know. So I was working only like 3 months in what I studied, and then I made so much money with Bitcoin that I basically quit from one day to the next, you know, and left also Germany, you know, like within like 2 days later or something, you know. I went to France because of also regulations at the time. So I was like, when I saw that I was making so much money with crypto at the time, that I could live comfortably in a different country and run from there my business, which was exchanging Bitcoin for cash at the time. I was like, bye, you know, I'm not sticking around here. So here, new 1 hourly candle. Let's go. Let's go. Break back. I want to see this here breaking back into that rising wedge. And then start to further break down. So there could be either another indecision candle now because of the 4 hourly close coming up. That's something also that you need to be aware of with because there's also the next close is like a 4 hourly and a 12 hourly close, and sometimes they're pushing price up again or like into the reverse direction of where price is going right now, and then around that close they actually let it drop, you know, so that they basically make you believe that the market is turning again in like the different direction for the next hour until that close happens, and then it's rolling over. So but now if we would keep going down from here already, the next 4 hourly and 12 hourly close will just seal it, you know, because they will then also finally roll over and tap over, what I'm basically waiting for the whole time. So but at least the short starts making a little bit more money. Nothing crazy yet, but like $40 is $40, you know. So I'm just waiting here. But look at this here. We're just printing lower highs since $79,000. There, here, there now, and equal lows more or less. So once we put in here a lower low, lower than $77,240, that becomes a super bearish structure, and then we should get expansion to the downside really, really fast. Whoop. So let's go back to the 1 hourly chart. That's where the action is happening right now. So yeah, I think a 50 minute or 30 minute, yeah, they would be ready almost to go back up, but look at this here. The MACD is about to roll over. The RSI slightly going down, now more closer into neutral territory, while the MACD, the stochastic RSI is about to print a sell signal. So I think this 1 hourly candle will go at least to like exactly $77,000, like losing 1% in the next hour. Oh, come on. Do it! Do it. That's all what I'm waiting for. So, but back to like my degree, I'm not mad at it that I did it, you know, so, but I always knew I will do something different, you know. So I was never the type of guy that could like have like a boss or like a regular 9 to 5. It was driving me crazy since I was basically 19, you know. I was like, I cannot do that, you know. So, come on, roll over. Come on, don't do this to me. I need you to go down. Let's see. Do we see here any? No, we need the plot of the next 4 hourly candle to go down here. So for everybody that joined in here just right now, we are trading here a small short to the downside because it looks like Bitcoin is rolling over a little bit, not too much yet, you know, a little bit, and the top is potentially in here short term at like $79,500, $600 actually. So now we are basically waiting for the bigger move to the downside. So there should be like a liquidation cascade happening once the next hourly candle opens. So because there's here, look at this, guys, you know, there's so much liquidity below us. Even if it's just a wick, you know, just a wick down here, I'm fine with a wick, you know, give me a wick down here and come back to like 76. Will be no problem at all for me. So let's go. What is actually Bitcoin dominance doing? Oh yeah, of course, it exploded because of Bitcoin. So here, what you want to see is that the current level that we're at with the Bitcoin dominance here, and also from where we have the top side of the wick, that we keep getting rejected from that. So you want the dominance to roll over. And go here below 60%. And at the same time, when Bitcoin is coming down now, this will be most likely the case. And when it bounces a little bit, will also bounce here a little bit. But then you want to see that Ethereum takes over and Solana takes over. The dominance comes down while Bitcoin keeps going up or pushing sideways into a consolidation phase. And that's when then major altcoins will start to see like real gains. You know, so now of course they moved already 30, some did like 30-40%, but I talk like about moves that we've seen in the past of like 50, 60, 70, even 100% on like major altcoins in like a single day or like within 48 hours, you know. So, but this will only happen when we get here below that 59.78% level on the Bitcoin dominance. I'm always positive, you know, so but right now I see a pullback, you know, so the pullback, I saw it yesterday already, I was just too early, you know, I was just too early with that, but we are definitely getting here rejected from a massive area, and you can see this not here, but over there, for example, on the daily chart, that red area here was prior support. If I go all the way back, here, support, in 2025 in April, from where we got the move to over $100,000, and then on the way back down, it did not held as support. And here, look at how many days we tried to break above this in from April this year. You know, April to May, so basically a whole month. You know, a whole month we tried to get back above this level and we failed. You know, and that's the first real retest of that level here. Of course we get rejected there the first time, you know. We saw this actually recently on another level down here at like $65,000. We kept getting rejected there. We could not get over this, you know. Look here. We could not get over this, and it was also almost a month until we finally broke now above this. So the same will happen here now, you know, like don't expect that tomorrow a candle goes here above this. So we come down now, consolidate here in that range, and build the momentum to get above this. That's what's going to happen here. So, and if that would play out exactly in that fashion, then we would form here now a massive bull flag again with a new target of like $96,700. So of course it's way too early to make that assumption. You know, we need here first the consolidation a little bit, but that might be one of the patterns that might come up here now in the next couple days and weeks. Just a second. Oh, come on. So I'm gonna check quick where my food is. ALGO. Wow. So what's going on there? So, and also here on that daily chart, same level again. Up here, where we got rejected. Then you see here, level of support. So why level of support? Because here, that wick, that move, here the rejection. So that is the imminent short-term target where I see Bitcoin coming back to. Like here, 72,400, like 74,300, $400, something like that. So, oh, that looks already good here on the 4-hourly chart. Look here, the price is pulling back into that rising wedge that we were forming here. That's something that I like to see. So let me have a look at this. What's this here? No, again, I'm not like long-term pessimistic here, you know. It's just we need a healthy pullback, like everywhere. Oh, finally. So that's what I was talking about, you know. So now we start printing money on that trade. Almost up $100, $3,500 soon on this account. Oh wait, so there's something happening. Oh wow, my food is already here. Shit, they were quick. 1 second. Wow, they were quick. Did not expect them to be so quick here. Yeah, exactly. So we have to go down first. So I'm definitely back now, guys. And also thank you for like, it's like on and off having here 100 people on the stream. I'm really happy about this, you know. So I hope next time we can get back like to 200-300 at a time, because I think like, I have to check, but I think the highest number of people on my stream ever, I don't want to lie, but I think it was like close to 1,000, but I definitely remember like 500. 100% was 500. So I really would like to get back to that number, you know, where we have like 200-300 people at all times here present on the stream, because I actually enjoyed that, you know. So and I would love to go back to make like a stream. When did I make a stream in the past? Was it like lunchtime? My lunchtime in the evening, a video? Maybe some of you guys remember last year when I did this for a while. I think I did lunchtime a live stream, a quick one, and in the evening a video, or the other way around. I don't know anymore. I have to look it up. But yeah, I would love to go back to that, you know. And then again, on top of that, doing the German channel. So then I would basically make like four videos a day, you know, which is a lot. Especially if I stream like an hour or two. Come on, drop further. That's not... Oh, but yeah, I see it already, guys. I see it. I have seen it before. So if that candidate is not turning around and coming back to $77,800, $77,800, sorry, it's not going back there, then I think this candle or the next one will be a big one to the downside. I think the market is waiting for that 4-hourly close. So here, that 4-hourly candle is now back in that rising wedge. If it closes there, that's a topping candle. And the next candle will be a reversal candle. Back to like $75,000, $74,000, something like that. So actually, let me check that. I want to see. How much is this? Like yeah, no, that's not possible. It should be way more. That should be way more. So like 500. No, it should be definitely more. Let's see. Yeah, no, I think that should be more. Okay. Anyways, so let's see. Oh, gold is dropping too. Oh, well, okay. Somebody answered where I was. Oh, there briefly, Bitcoin made a slightly move here closer to $77,000. I can tell you it will break. You know, today you're gonna see it's gonna break down. Let me see here, 3,400. Yeah, I hope that my target is gonna get hit here today. That I get closer to $4,000 on this account. So if I can basically make $1,000 every 2 days now on this account, then we get here really quickly to the 10,000 that we are originally targeted here. You know, so if we did this then basically in 2.5 months, you know, it would be a great result. And then I'm gonna take that same account, or like I'm gonna move it into a different platform. But that amount, the $10,000 that I put into a different platform where we're gonna continue then, is gonna where I trade it from 10,000 to 100,000, and then from 100,000 to 1 million. Okay, small bounce, absolutely normal. 38 minutes. So now I'm contemplating. Should I eat now? Should I eat like in 10 minutes? I think I'm gonna wait still a little bit. Not like that crazy hungry right now, but like in 10 minutes. I'm gonna put it quick back in the microwave, and then I'm gonna eat here a little bit. So let me see, do I have still this? Oh yeah, I still have this. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, that was a mistake. I wanted only this and this, and put this over here. So, and here we don't want to have double music right now. Yeah. So then go back here. Oh no. Okay. Okay, it's all good. Okay. So let's see. Let's see actually 1 hourly. Yeah, look here, the MACD is rolling over. There's so many early signs that this is going down. So here, but here's also something that I mentioned earlier, you know, where I said like here closer to the 4 hourly and 12 hourly close, it could bounce back, you know, and then you get later the rollover. I think somebody burning here against something. I think my neighbor, you know, my neighbors sometimes they're burning stuff, and then I smell like the smoke, and I'm like wondering if this house is on fire, you know, because it's like 50% made out of wood, I would guess. There's a lot of wood in this house, and that's why I'm always wondering, you know, like maybe upstairs something that was plugged in, like cable burn or something, and then that house is here on fire. So yeah, I would be not surprised, like I said, to see here a small bounce back up here to create a double top into the 4 hourly close. From here to there, you know, and then straight down. But you see already how the price is struggling basically to move here back up. So, and this is all what I was waiting for, you know, the last like 20 hours ish, I was just waiting for this. But I will be honest, like one of my shorts that I'm running right now, I got scared about this, you know, and it just kept pumping because I'm like, now I'm like still 4% underwater, you know, on spot, you know, 4% spot. With the leverage, it's way more. I got this morning scared a little bit. I was like, fuck, do I need to take like a huge loss on this account? And then now it looks like that it's gonna play out. And I'm actually gonna add more to this when I see here a little bit more of a continuation of that breakdown. Okay, so somebody had to ask something, checking something for me. That's great. Come on, Bitcoin. Actually, what could be funny is we could watch this like on the 1 minute chart, because that's also what I sometimes do. Because here you can see already. That's why I wanted to see this. can see the rejection already of the reclaim of that upward sloping prior support line of that rising wedge, which is usually of course resistance, but like that short period that we were above that, it was support, and now we broke below it here and got a bearish retest. So it usually means down. Let's go more down, especially with stochastic pointing down, MACD not looking good here. Only RSI showing here a little bit of movement, but it's like a neutral territory, you know. The moment that this points here more in the 40% direction, we're gonna go quickly into lower levels here. Oh wow, time is actually flying a little bit, you know. Yeah, I think like 75, 74 is like one of the targets that we're gonna see here. Potentially today, I hope today. And also, I don't like sleeping with like big positions, especially when they are technically going against the trend, you know. Yeah, come on. I need this to go lower. Okay, that is done. How's this looking? This is still horrible. Oh yeah, there. Oh, come on. See here, 15 minutes. It's coming, guys, it's coming. So here also when you see something like this, that kind of shape, super bearish. So next stop, $76,000 short term. Let's see where we head with the next 15-minute candle, because there could be, like I said, could be a short-term bounce on the next candle, but then some following candles should be the ones that are rolling us even further down. And again, it's not a bad thing, you know. So we need the pullback and give Bitcoin the opportunity to breathe a little bit to find the strength to keep pushing higher. And that's all what it's about, you know. Just wanted to go higher, but for that we need to come first a little bit lower after such a crazy move. This is still not doing anything. So then, like, also when that candle is closed, now my stomach is rebelling. I'm gonna put in my food that I just ordered quick in the microwave. Start eating a little bit. Zcash, let's have a look here. Yeah. See here, that line, $654. So like it will keep getting rejected from there, you know. So and when you see this here, that it's like clear, so clear that it rolls over. That looks also starts looking like a topping candle. This is like a shooting star candle. Should also then the next following candle push lower. You're gonna see this now across the board, you know, all these topping candles, and it just tells you the market needs to roll over here one time, you know. It's just one time, it's fine, you know, like for over the weekend, you know, and after the weekend we can go back up. Maybe even Sunday already, you know, we could get as lucky as that Sunday we're already going back up. So now I'm gonna get quick my food. I'm gonna eat a little bit. But I'm gonna leave the chart on here. Let me see. let's do this and put this on the 1 hourly chart. Whoop. Oh shit, I moved this. I did not want to move this. Shit. Okay, so that was at 5284. Yes. What I wanted to do, let's go up here. Actually on a 30-minute chart, I'm gonna leave the live on a 50-minute chart for you guys. Oh, wow. Wow. You see, there is the move. There it is. I step away for a minute and we start printing. Really nice. Come to daddy. So I'm definitely here, guys, you know, so I'm just eating quickly. Won't take long, like 5 minutes. I'm fully back, but I'm watching here. Okay, I'm back, guys. I'm back. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. Now I'm telling you, closer to the 4-hourly close, this will not hold here, 76,952. We will be below that. And then, over the course of the rest of the evening, we're gonna start breaking down from that rising wedge, eventually. So most likely what's gonna happen is, we're gonna see that breakdown, then get it here a retest, maybe even come slightly back up here, and then, boom. And here it also doesn't matter. The stochastic is at the bottom because there's so much more room for the RSI to go down and then MACD just print a sell signal. So and therefore, you should be ready. That's just the beginning. So, another 15 minutes, and we have our 4-hourly close, and we're waiting for, let's see, did we get any reaction here already? Sometimes we get, no, not yet. I'm looking at the stochastic here. I want the stochastic to point nicely to the downside with the RSI. But not happening yet. But what do we have is we have an ugly ass 4-hourly shooting star candle. The beginning of the end, guys, for that move. Let's make this also green. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna add more to my short once that 4-hourly candle is closed. Just waiting for this. New 15-minute candle. See how that looks. So let's go to 1 minute. Oh, here you can see that really nicely. The $76,938 level also acting as resistance already. You remember when I just said a couple minutes ago, I don't like that when it looks like this because it leads to further downside. Here we are. And now we're gonna do the same thing again. It will look again like a rounding shape and go lower. And here the stochastic is already close to the top again. So there's not much of a reclaim going to happen before Bitcoin tops out here on a stochastic again and starts rolling over. So in the 5 minute, let's see, 5 minute. Yeah, also there, the current 5 minute candle is not looking good. Oh. So we have still roughly 3 minutes on this. But yeah, look at this. Look how now price gets pushed down here. Actually, I would like to have a website again with like a proper order book. That was crypto. Let's see if I can still. Yeah, I know they're owning it. So, but okay, let's see if I can find another website like that. Let's see, is there an alternative? Oh, nice. I found something. So let's see here. Bitcoin. Yes. So give me the order book. So now I'm going to start looking also in the order book. So I have not done this for a long time. I still know how to do it. Just need here a little bit more space. Can I? Oh shit, I cannot widen this. I would like to see here. Ah, okay, it works basically the same. So, but how can I? Shit, I cannot. It is annoying. I cannot tell it what kind of size I want to filter here. See layouts. Okay, go back. Skip. So order book heat map. Let's see how it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there is some support at 76,200. But after that, there's nothing. So what I would actually like to see, I'm pretty annoyed about this, that I cannot group this here the way that I would like to. Let's see. BTC. USDT and then yeah, it's all Binance, unfortunately. Okay, it would have been nice if I could have like grouped together like the orders, you know, instead of seeing here really literally every tiny bit order that's going through here. Oh no, here. Ah, there it is. Okay. For that price. Okay, I had to understand for a second how this works here, but now I get it. So I'm gonna explain it a little bit. If you don't know how to read order book flow. So here exactly at $77,000 are 120 Bitcoins, 130 Bitcoins here for sale. That's why people pushing the price lower. So, oh, there's a $500 level spread. So here at $76,500 are limit orders to buy more Bitcoin, 71 right now. So but you see here, the sell pressure is increasing. That order goes up now, here at 77, and there's sell orders, you know, so now you see here there's more sell pressure coming in, trying to offload that into these buy orders. So and sometimes you can see how market makers playing around with that, you know, how they are redistributing coins depending on in which direction they want this to go, you know, like because this was just a second ago now under 100 coins, now it's back almost at 200. And sometimes they do that to trap liquidity, you know. So and what I mean by that is they're gonna go like to like 50, 60 coins on that side, giving it a little bit of relief. Then people are gonna long it because they think, oh, relief rally, you know. So there the pressure is gone. And then when they think there's enough liquidity, they just put like a huge amount back, you know, and push the price again to the downside, you know, and then even lower than where it was before, taking all the liquidity and keep it running down. So interesting that sign is similar to the one that I used in the past that's not there anymore. But I'm more interested here in the last couple of minutes now. What's going on? Oh yeah, so that the stochastic is already positioned to roll over. I never like when we are shaping and plotting the stochastic in that kind of fashion. You know, where you see a green candle going up, but here this looks like it's rolling over and gives us a sell signal in like 2 minutes. Both. It's like humans and the bots. But most of these market making stuff is now automated and just a human is overlooking the process. You know, it's basically sitting at a computer and making sure that it's not crashing. I knew a guy working in the bank and doing software. He did like some coding there. I forgot exactly what he did, but he was like overlooking like processes and stuff for the bank. And on a weekend there was a glitch, and because until Monday nobody could fix the glitch, they lost like I think that weekend it was Commerzbank in Germany, they lost 20 million euro, you know. So because of one tiny error that there was like in the software that sneaked in over the weekend, and I lost 20 million euro because of that. So that's why even market makers, you know, they have people there usually watching stuff exactly for that reason. So I still don't see even here in 41 seconds. So here, see last 5 minutes, what did I tell you guys? In the last 15 minutes before a 4-hourly candle, you get like a fake move, and potentially 15 minutes later, after that too, and then the real move starts, and then we go down. So this is like the last straw where they try to push it as high as they can for like the candle close. Let's look at 12-hourly chart. Also overextended, so I would also like to see this rolling over. But like the 4-hourly chart will already make like will be a first good step. So come on. Let's have a look here on a 1-minute chart. Yeah, that tells us we want to roll over. Come on. Sorry, it's from the food. It's a little bit spicy. You could prematurely enter short positions right now, but because we're below 76,952. But if you want to be really, really safe, you wait another 4 minutes. But it starts to look really, really good here. Come on, give me another 3 minutes of downside. Then we stay below that level. It's all what we need. Yeah, I know. Come here. Whoa, whoops. Different cat. I know. No? Okay. I wanted to bring her up here, but she was like, no. I was like, okay, let's stay down. Come on. A little bit less than 2 minutes, guys. But this starts to look really, really good here. So where is my other short trade? Ah, over there. That's where it is. Yeah. So there is actually also on the, oh wow, nice. There's on a 30 minutes chart even a better rising wedge to see. Maybe it's the same kind of ish here. Yeah, it's more or less like the same. So yeah, I think it's time that I add a little bit more again to that short here. Come on, a minute. Let it be a beautiful shooting star, guys. That's all what I need. Beautiful shooting star. And compare that to all the previous candles when we went up, you know, no candle looked that ugly like this one here. Come on, give us the plot that we need and keep going down. There we are. So now go down. I see a small rollover, but not massive yet. Then the stochastic just doesn't give a fuck at all right now. There might be. Oh no, wait, there. It's again so tiny. Here, look at this. See now what I meant? It went just a second ago. See here, boom, it's coming down. So if that breaks here now, $76,100, game over. So I'm gonna add again to my short at 76,100. Actually, here on the challenge account, I'm gonna add now a little bit more. It's like 400. Let's do another 204. Get us like to $700. 205 because of fees. Yeah. Let's go. Now we're looking at 500. Okay, so I still need a little bit more than later, but okay, that looks not bad. Let's see, a 1 hourly. Where are we at here? Oh, I need to scroll a little bit and zoom out. Right, the stochastic. There. Yeah, there might be a small short-term bounce if they're not pushing it lower now to like 75, 500 in like the next 30 minutes-ish. It's not happening, we're gonna get a short-term bounce. But most likely we'll stop here at this upward sloping resistance. So up here, down there. But also here, if that's happening, that we come back up here, you want to add more to your shorts up there on the way down. And even though that short might work out now, I still will further stay more away from shorting in a market like that, you know, because like yesterday when I thought already this would be happening and did not happen, and definitely caught me on the wrong side of it, you know, of the trade. So therefore I would definitely stick more to longs than to shorts, shorting pullbacks. It's just way too risky. So, well, over here, let's see, 1 minute chart. Oh, wow, where did this go now? Oh, so, yeah, I think we will get back up here to like 77,900 before this properly rolls over. Why does she want this to do for me? I can do it myself. Oh, I like that. Boom. See what I meant when I said like continuation over here? Exactly in that fashion. And look again at the stochastic. So ugly the way that looks right now. I still don't see here. If I don't zoom in, I don't see the stochastic coming here really down. But to be honest, if that 4 hourly candle is not the one, reversing fully here to the downside would be not the end of the world, because for sure it's gonna stay more or less around these current levels. Gonna put in a doji candle, which would still count as a reversal pattern, and then the following 4 hourly candle is the one completely going down. It's definitely now, the writing is on the wall, guys, you know, the writing is on the wall. Bitcoin is ready to pull back here. Also on the 12 hourly chart. So if I remove here for a second all the drawings. So here we get most likely, what is it called again? An evening star pattern. Evening star pattern, that's what I was looking for. Oh, yeah, now my drawing's back. So I think I'm gonna stay here for another like 15, maybe 20 minutes. And if it doesn't start raining in that time, then I might go for a quick walk on the beach. Oh, who was that again? Oh, okay. Because I was sitting here now for a long time today already. Come on, let's go down. Oh wow, that's crazy. They're just in a rejection from that level on a 5 minutes chart. So if the next 5 minute candle is pulling back from this and it manages to get below 76,400, I think that's like the proper start of that major pullback that I'm seeing. So but you can short right now, you know, so if you want to trade and open a short, they're like 74, 73, 200-ish, then you can do that. Look at this silly goose. There's nothing in it. They all love the plastic bags. Okay. So. Huh. Did I do this yesterday? So to look at this quick. Oh no, I didn't. So, okay. I'm gonna do this quick. Oh, that starts to look really good here. Yeah, like I said, I'm planning on it, you know, so as long as I get the views, you know, and yeah, what means views? Like people present here, you know, so now we have like an average 90 to 100 people since I started the stream, you know, so that's a good start, you know. If we can keep increasing that, then yeah, I'm definitely willing to do this more often, especially when I have nothing to do, you know. So if I do it back daily like last year, you know, so of course I'm gonna keep this a little bit shorter, you know. So what I actually looking for is to getting like 100, 200 people on the stream in like the first 15 minutes. You know, if we can manage to do that, more than happy to do it more often. And also back daily, you know, so I would do it daily again if we get at least like, yeah, for like a week, every single day, like 100, 120 people every single day on the stream. Because then gradually YouTube will like hand me more people, you know, so then like a week later will be like 150, 200, whatnot. And it will grow exponentially like that. Then it makes sense for me to do this, you know. Because the other thing is I don't get paid to do this, you know, so I do this because I want to. I'm not making any money on this. I need something new to drink. Okay, so moment of truth here. to see where we are going to head here. What do you mean with is it done? So it will go lower. Short term. Again, I'm not bearish overall. It's just after such a move, we need to come down a little bit. And that's what we are basically seeing right now happening, you know. Let it go down a little bit. Let it go down. Let me make some money on the shorts. And then we're gonna go again with some longs. I would really like to see how the 5-minute chart here rolls over. Yeah, I think we're gonna see here a small bounce. So, but as long as we're not breaking here above this area here, we keep getting rejected from this, we're gonna keep going lower. So that will be an area that I will be using to add to my shorts if we get up there. Back to like $77,600 ish. If we can reach that. If not, and we get rejected from the current level, hit that dashed line, then I'm gonna maybe buy a little bit there again. Short a little bit more. So let's make this a little bit longer. $17,000. Was it 17? Yeah, it was 17,000 in 48 hours. Like I said, I'm targeting $74,000 for that short. But look at this, even though the stochastic and the RSI are not tremendously looking bearish here right now, especially with the stochastic flatlining like this, they cannot find the momentum to get above that resistance anymore. And even if they would do, the top side here of that rising wedge would be the rejection point. So I will just keep adding to my shorts every time when we try to go higher. I just wished I would have waited 24 hours to start building that short instead of like doing it yesterday already. Like my other short that I'm running, you know. So what is this here? Oh. Let's see. What does this say? Okay. let's see what's going on here. How old is this? 6 hours ago. Oh, this is what I wanted to see here quick. This is, oh wow, this is in a moment happening. Okay, yeah, so I think I like another 10 minutes. That's where I'm gonna stick around here. Let's see what does here the 1 minute chart now. 5 minutes. Okay, okay. Seems like the stochastic wants to go all the way up on the 5 minutes to then roll over, which is fine. Means more downside. So you could argue here's like a small ascending triangle on Bitcoin. It's like the 1 minute chart, you know. I don't have a lot of confidence in patterns like this on a 1 minute chart. It's basically just for fun, you know, because I just spotted this. What is this again? What the fuck? Guys, I hear something upstairs. Maybe. No, it's not the cats. That's weird. Ah, it could be also the door from the car. That's just outside. Maybe it was the door of that car. It sounded for a second like it's like above me, you know. And nobody else is here in the house. One reason why I want to move here, you know, out of that house, because you hear sometimes so crazy sounds here and you don't know where it's coming from. And then you think like there's somebody in the house and you're alone. You know, it's just like the noise that the house makes. Just a little bit. Come on. A little bit lower. Break down. I need to break down. What's going on here? Do you hear that? Oh, okay, now it's quiet again. It's already thinking somebody wants to play now loud music in front of the house. Then I would have went out there. So let's see again here, 5 minutes. Oh, yeah. That's more what I like to see. Come on. Break that small upwards trend line here. Now you can see how this is acting as support. But I need this broken. Down. Let's go to 76. Yeah, it's even more scary when you have 4 cats running around, you know. So, and you don't know, it's like the cats, it's not the cats, but now like most of them are behind me. So I knew it's not them upstairs, you know. But like in my new house, in like a little bit over a month, yeah, in 6 weeks when I get into the new house, we'll stop. Because it will be not like an old house like this one here. It will be a little bit more modern. So I'm looking right now for like new houses. I saw already like some nice ones that I'm looking at. I have to go, of course, in person. I just basically look them up online for now. So maybe I'm gonna show you one. I find, which one was that? This one here? I think it was that one. Yeah. It is this one. Just gonna move this from there. Welcome. Yeah. Hey. I can show you like one of the places that I'm looking at. I will wait here a little bit for Bitcoin breaking down. So this is like one of the places that I'm looking at. And you know what's the crazy part? I'm gonna pay the same amount that I pay here for this. You know, so this is so much nicer for the same amount of money. So also my girlfriend said that she liked this place. So this is like the first one on my list where I gotta go and check it out. Just the pool is a little bit smaller than what I have here right now, but that's fine. You know, I don't care so much about this. But yeah, it's, like I said, it's just one of the places that I'm looking at. So when you understand, you know, what I pay here and then there for like the same, what I get for the same amount of money is crazy, you know. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so compared to this one here, it's so much better, you know. And I'm gonna have, again, like a proper office, so I can make a proper studio in there, so it will be really, really nice. So, let's see, how does 4 hour look now? This, okay, yeah, it will be the next 4 hourly candle that will show some signs to the downside here on a stochastic. It's not happening here right now. And to be honest, when I look here at the 1 hourly candle, I think this one will stay an indecision candle. And then we need to see if there's some downwards pressure that can be built to push you lower. But I think this here is like one of the ways how this can play out. Will like come down here and then goes up a little bit again, and then eventually it will do this. What's going on over here? Oh, okay, he did it. That's fine for me too. Okay, good. Oh no, there it went. Okay, so let's see. 3 minutes for the 30-minute close. Yeah, here you see also indecision candle. I need the 5 minutes here to roll over more to the downside, because technically I could still keep adjusting here this upward sloping trend line like this. I need to break this to the downside. So let me check quick something. I don't know what this is going to pop up. Oh, here, I knew it. No. Okay. So let's go back. Oh, I like that already much better. Come on, break down. I'm wondering, guys, in the chat here, are you actually all from, like, some of you from Germany, or is this somehow the chat translating it into German? Is it? Do I have here? Oh no, I don't see here anything like that. Huh. Okay. This is so weird for me. Let me see. If I do this, then everything go to English? No. Oh, does it now? Oh, now it's all in English. Okay, I was really surprised. I was like, what's happening here? Ah, now I messed with this a little bit. Okay, let me see what happens when I refresh. Okay, this definitely looks better. So, come on. Come on, Bitcoin, do it. Push a little bit lower. What's he doing? Oh, that might be nice. There's something else that I need to do quick. Just gonna take a second. So, yeah, this was it. Ooh. Ah, come on. There we go. So, and then I need to look here quick. Come on. So how much was here in total? Okay. Okay. Now I want to come back here. See, that's is what I did not want to see on a 5-minute chart, that this pumps here back to the upside. Hey, no. Yeah, that back you cannot have. Cat was going in the back where literally was trash inside. I was like, no. They act sometimes like I don't feed them at all. I eat them and I feed them like 3 times a day. Come on, in that 1 minute, I need this to break below. But regardless, the short is making money, you know, almost up $200 with like $700. That's also something that I wanted to mention actually before I go. You don't need big amounts of money to make big amounts of money, you know. So you see, I traded with $700. A lot of people have $700, especially in Europe and in the US. $200, you know, for the day. Now, depending on where you live in the US, you will not survive on $200 a day, even if you would be able to do this every single day. Like, for example, in LA, you would need more, you know, than $6,000 a month to survive there. If you want to like have a normal life, you know, I'm not saying like Beverly Hills lifestyle or West Hollywood lifestyle, but like a normal life, you know, you need more than $5,000 in LA, you know, so which is crazy to me. So, but yeah, so, but what I want to say is, once you go and compound these small wins, you know, with these small amounts, that will add up really quickly to big amounts. So, because remember, we started this account with $500 literally 7 weeks ago. Almost, yeah, a little bit less. It's like 1 month and 18 days, you know. So, but now I'm here at $3,500, you know, $3,000 in like, let it be 7 weeks, you know, in 7 weeks. And now this will just pick up in pace, you know. So like in 3 weeks, this might be 10,000. And then I made like in 10 weeks, $10,000, like basically every week $1,000. So, yeah, I think regardless what happens here with that 1 hourly candle right now, we keep going lower. And then we get ready for new longs. I can't get projected here. Oh wait, the 30-minute candle just closed. Let's see. Still, it's like slightly back in bullish territory. But again, we were expecting this. You know, we were expecting that there will be a little bit of like a whipsaw situation now. We're gonna see here short-term relief, potentially into this area here. And as the highest, you know, like worst case, go to the top side of that rising wedge. But then gradually a move into lower levels. So my problem will be, if that downwards move is not happening quickly, then I might need to stay awake overnight again, you know, so, and try to get in tomorrow at some point, a little bit of sleep when that move finally happened, because yeah, I unfortunately have too much money on the line on the other trade that I definitely don't want to sleep with this another night. So I want to see this coming down first properly, and then I can get like a couple hours of sleep. So let's argue for a second. So this is inherently a bearish pattern. Also something that you need to understand. Just because this isn't the ascending triangle does not mean that it's bullish, you know, because we're coming out of a downwards trend. So this is a continuation pattern by textbook definition, either to the upside or to the downside with a slightly bullish bias. So if it would go here against the grain and breaks to the upside, look where it lands, exactly in that resistance area up here. So therefore, even if it reaches that target, it's in a big resistance cluster and should turn around from there. Oh, come on. I hope that was like the final stretch for like the 5-minute chart. And then rolls over. Stupid stochastic needs to come down now. Whoa, crazy. Yeah, I'm here already 3 hours. I think the longest stream I ever made was like 3 hours, 16 minutes or something. I have to go and look. Let's see, what is Ethereum doing now? Not here. That Ethereum chart, like just Ethereum. Well, this one, yes, this was the one that we looked earlier at. Yeah, also still fighting with that resistance here. Oh, that Bitcoin makes a small move. And look here, it's like the same line. It's exactly the same line. Whoa. I just want to say it was like a nice 1% move, but it was not fully 1%. Come on. Roll over already. Honestly, let it go back a little bit and I can add more to my short. There you see, rejected. That's all what we want to see. We want to see this keep getting rejected from up there. Nice shooting star. Just stay as a shooting star a little bit. But then you see immediately the next one doing this here. Oh, That is a nice rejection. Let's see, how does it look on a 50-minute chart? What is he doing? Why would he do that? Oh, whoa. I was, for a second I was thinking, whoa, that's like a crazy candle on a 5-minute chart, but it was the 15 one. Come on. Let's see what how's the US market looking in general. Oh, they are bullish. They are looking all bullish. Again, I have a hard time believing that Bitcoin will keep pumping like this, you know, especially on a Friday. And not a huge fan of the previously 5-minute candle. Yeah, also not a fan of that. Yeah, but let's see in the coming hours. Again, if the candle turns out to be here a doji candle in the 50 minutes chart, fine. This next candle means reversal. Let's see, how's that short doing? Still $37, $40. Like I said, I'm gonna add more to this. Let's see, what is the DXY doing right now? Not really anything. Let's move the open interest. Still overall climbing. Oh wait, but this is not Bitcoin. So. Hello. Okay, let's try this again. There, that's what I was looking for. Daily open interest is still flying with the price. Ah, come on. Okay, so it looks like the next 1.5 hours Bitcoin will spend with like messing around and fooling people that we go back to the upside. So the next 4-hourly candle is hopefully the one that will continue that move to the downside. I think like the next hour, 1.5 hours, we're gonna struggle a little bit to push here below $76,000. But it will happen, you know, so we just need to be patient as usual. And then we're gonna see that nice move to the downside. Guys, I think I was here long enough. You know, 3 hours, 17 minutes is really, really long for me. But I appreciate everybody that was here, especially the ones sticking around, because I saw that the average simultaneously viewing people here on the stream did not really change over the whole time that I was streaming here. So thank you so much for everyone that sticked here from beginning to the end. And yeah, you know the drill, guys. Smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and see you then again with more money, hopefully, tomorrow.